kind of camped out on the floor with my pile of things to go in the bag.
Won't let this moment pass us.
What's up guys, and happy Wednesday. I know what I'm about to say is probably going to make me sound a bit like a broken record, because for the past week or so, it's pretty much all I've been talking about. I'm going to sort some of this kitchen out today. I've got some painting to do. I was supposed to start painting last Wednesday. It's now a week later and it has still not been done. So, I need to tidy some of these dishes up and then I can get to putting some plastic down. I have some plastic sheeting that I'm going to put on all the surfaces in here, and then I can get cracking. I think everything is prepared, or as prepared as I can make it, short of stripping the wallpaper and stuff off. So there's really no excuses other than being lazy. The biggest problem is the kitchen, because we need to use it every single day, morning, noon and night, for eating, drinking, all that sort of stuff. It's really difficult to commit to basically putting it out of commission for a day or two. So now I'm gonna have to wrap everything in plastic, or as good as, and it means that we can't have dinner in here. So we're gonna have to get something out. I'm not gonna go out, we'll probably go to the shop and pick something we can kind of just eat out of a bag or something. No cooking, no nothing. Either that or we do need takeout, which would be frustrating if we do, but if we do, we do. You know what we've not had in a while? Chinese. We've not had Chinese takeout in a while. Like a long while. And our favourite Chinese takeout is around the corner from us, so there's really no excuse. We should do that, if I can remember. I'll be watching this video back tomorrow like, damn it, I forgot to have Chinese. Give these sides a bit of a tidy up. Feels like all I've been doing this past week is just tidying the sides, ready to paint. But every time I tidy and I'm almost ready to paint, they're getting messy again, and it's just one massive feedback loop of just never getting this damn thing done. I think I might have already told you this, I can only kind of paint that side of the kitchen because there's just not enough space to move everything around at once, so I'm gonna have to do it in two halves, and the kind of fridge area will be the second half. Also, I have no idea what I'm gonna do about this. Whoever's in the house before us, for some reason the light switch is sunk into the wall, which makes no sense, and they've painted over it. I tried scraping the paint off before and it's really difficult. I don't know if it's gonna be possible, so I might need to see about replacing this light switch, but because it's sunk into the bloody wall, I'll need to find an identical one, which is going to be pretty much impossible. So then I need to know whether I can then surface mount one. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a pain. It might be that I just have to, I don't know, maybe sand that paint back and paint over it again. I really don't want to, but that might be the only choice. I'd completely forgotten how much hard work painting was. My shoulder and arm is killing me. Holding you up is difficult. Even my left arm, which I haven't done much work with, is killing me. It looks so much better in here already. There is still so much to do. The first coat is somewhat patchy, but I can see where we're going with it. I can imagine what it's going to look like now, whereas I couldn't really before because it was just gross. Ceiling needs cleaning and doing and all that, and like I say, it is a bit patchy, but we're getting there. I don't know what to do about that. There's going to be a cupboard in front of it. I don't know whether it's worth painting or not. It's kind of just pointless if I do. It's a waste of paint and a waste of effort, so I might not. I have massive sheets to sort of cover the sides. I thought it was a bit of a waste putting one on there, so I just tore a bag open. Hands covered in paint, unfortunately. That's covered in plastic and I can't clean them, so I need to wait for my hands to dry properly and then go upstairs. But yeah, let me know what you guys think so far. I'll go and pick Jen up in a second and then I will do another coat, I think. Although I think I need to leave it 2 hours. Might be worth maybe pulling this forward and giving that a go then, actually, if I've got to wait 2 hours.
We've just ordered our Chinese food and they said it'll be ready in 10 minutes. So we've had to like quick put down everything that Chris was working on in the kitchen and grab our stuff and get out to go and pick up our food. I hope it's not there waiting for us when we get there, because I always worry that it's going to get cold before we get there, or at least before we get home. It has been ages since we last had Chinese food. I'm really looking forward to it. Pip has never had Chinese food. Not takeout Chinese food anyway, so this is going to be his first takeaway Chinese, and I hope he likes it. We're gonna have to like adapt his taste buds to it, so it's very important that he has some. I'm so excited, I can almost smell it. We got stuck in so much traffic on the way here. It's definitely been more than 10 minutes now. So this doesn't look anywhere near as healthy as the Thai food, but it looks pretty yummy still. We've got sweet and sour pork, Hong Kong style, a happy family, which is I don't know, red meat and a hoisin sauce, I think. Chips and boiled rice. We did loads of really good shopping yesterday. when we were in Asda and IKEA. And we have this massive bag, hang on, this bag here, full of different sorts of toiletries and bits that need to go in my hospital bag. So I think that is what I'm going to do with the rest of my evening. I'm going to at least get the stuff together, start putting it in the bag. We were feeling that the house was looking a little bit bland, so we were looking at pot plants in IKEA and we couldn't really find one that we particularly liked. And we were in Asda, we saw this massive bunch of daffodils and they are perfect. There they are. Like, the house looks so springy and lovely. Right, off to pack my hospital bag. I think the main reason for packing my hospital bag today might just be that I quite like sitting in Pip's room. It's really sad and it's quite full of stuff at the moment because we've still got stuff in here from other rooms in the house. But I still like being in here, it's really nice. Kind of camped out on the floor with my pile of things to go in the bag. One of the things I've been advised to put in my hospital bag is a tied bikini top. It's really useful if you do go for a water birth, and because it's tied, it's dead easy to get off afterwards. There's no fighting with a tankini and that kind of swimsuit material. I have been rooting through my drawer and I have found one. I have a plain black tied bikini top. The cups are a little bit small, but it'll do me just fine. While I was rooting around for that, I found another one, which is one of my absolute favourites. It's a floozy from Debenhams and it is gorgeous, except I thought I'd try it on and it really doesn't fit. I had no idea my rib cage had changed so much. I must have had it 3 or 4 years and I've never had an issue with it. It is my best fitting, most lovely bikini top. And I thought it might make me feel good and all that sort of stuff on the day. Except it's about that far from closing around my rib cage. I had no idea. Did it change much? Like, I knew my rib cage was bigger than it was, but I didn't think it was like that much bigger. The fastening barely comes around to the front on both sides. It is that much too small. So that's going back in the drawer, and tight up it definitely is. All this packing kind of feels like going on holiday. Like, I've got a big list of stuff to take, which includes things like pyjamas and washing stuff and bikinis, all these things that I would take when I'm going away. And I'm having this marathon trying on session, namely of pyjamas at the moment. I've just tried on 4 different sets of pyjamas. But it's really demoralising because nothing fits. And then when you put something on and it does fit, you just feel rubbish. Like, it's so baggy and whale-like and it's like walking around in a sack. And then it feels really miserable. It's really difficult. And I didn't think I felt that badly. I'm quite excited about my bump. I really like seeing how big my bump is and how much it's changing. But then I feel really rubbish when my clothes that either don't fit by miles, or they do fit but they look rubbish. They don't fit how they're supposed to. And then I feel miserable. So it's a really tough balance between being really excited about my bump and feeling quite rubbish about it, really. I think I need a bit of a pick-me-up. What I need is to stop trying on clothes and maybe start looking at pip packing instead. At the moment, this is pretty much everything that I'm taking for me for Pip coming. There isn't really that much that I need, to be honest. I do need to add in a toothbrush and maybe some deodorant, something like that. Just like essential toiletries. That's what needs to go in here. But it's quite nice that really that bit of my bag should be quite minimal. Which is really good because I need as much of this to be as minimal as possible so I can fit it in this bag. I do want it all to go in this one. But I think it might at the moment. It's looking possible, which is really good. These are some brand new slippers from my mum, which are beautiful. They're only £6. I think they're from Matalan. And they've got memory foam inside. They feel like walking on little clouds. I wasn't intending on wearing them between now and Pip coming, so that they'd be all nice and fresh and nice when I got to the hospital. But now I've put my feet in them, I really don't want to take them off. Do you think they'd let me wear them for work? I don't mean to go on about them, but they are quite possibly the comfiest slippers that I have ever owned. I think I might have been doing this too long. Somebody's come to check on me. Hey Shep, don't lick your bum. You're on camera. Hey, look. You wondering what I'm doing? There isn't really space for both of us in here. Well, there isn't, the room's a little bit full. See? Anyway, my bag is coming along. I've been working on my soap bag the last, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. I think I'm getting there. I've got a whole bunch of spare makeup that is like really old makeup that I don't use anymore. So that's makeup sorted. I'm just gonna take some body wash, some deodorant, makeup remover, and just face wipes and stuff. I think that's probably about all I need. I don't intend to be in there a long time. And I don't think at the moment I really care too much about me once I'm in there. I suppose it could all change once we actually are there in the situation. But if I really do need something, then I can always send someone out to go and get it for me. I think as long as I've got a toothbrush and toothpaste and deodorant, I think I'll be okay. My bag is now as packed as it can be at the moment. It's basically full. And slippers aren't in there, which is a bit of a shame. And unfortunately, there is still more to add from myself, and there's nothing in there for Pip yet. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing, now that I know it's not all going to fit in there, is have one bag me before and Pip, and then another one for me afterwards. I think that might be the best way to do it. Or possibly to have one for me and one for Pip. That may also work. Unfortunately, the one I've packed now for me is probably going to be the bag I use for Pip. And I'll need to get a separate bag for me. But that's not the end of the world. I think Chris has probably got like a little black duffel bag I can use just to keep everything together. Most of my like handheld bags, they're all rucksacks, and I don't really fancy taking a rucksack. Or a suitcase. I really don't want to take a suitcase. Chris will be able to solve that for me, I believe. I have to wait and ask him where his bag is. So after all the faff trying to sort out my hospital bag, I have just had a look at Pip's list and started packing Pip's, which is so much more exciting. This is the stuff that I have so far. So on my first pass through, I think this is all Pip needs. He's got 2 bodysuits, 2 vests, although this technically isn't a vest. This might have to be replaced with something else, unless it's a really hot day. He needs a blanket, he needs some nappies and some wipes, and some cotton wool pads for cleaning of some description. These are in there for now, but they might be switched out for balls or something. And then 2 bibs. And I think that's it, that's all he needs. Oh, and a hat. There's his hat. A lot of the lists that I read said that you should also pack scratch mitts and socks. But both of these sleep suits have got feet and scratch mitts built in. So that's even fewer things that we need to take. I think that's basically it for Pip. Ideally, he could do with another sleep suit. A lot of places I've seen have suggested 3. And he needs some basics vests. We don't really own any of those yet, so that is next on the shopping list for certain. I think if we buy 2 packs of 3, he can have 1 pack when we're in the hospital, and then he can have another pack clean for when we come home. I reserve the right to completely change all of the outfits that I've put out here. At the moment, everything still needs to be washed, so once it comes out of the wash, I might feel differently. But I did find myself this evening kind of like going through all the outfits that we've got for him and picking out the palest colours. It seems that no matter how cute and amazing his outfits are, for his very first outfits, I seem to want them to be white. I was just talking to Chris about it, and he kind of didn't really feel like we'd chosen Pip's first going home outfit yet. So we still do need to actually go out and purposefully buy the outfit that he's going to come home in, which is so exciting. In terms of these ones, we've got one here which is a new baby outfit. So this is a £7 baby outfit. This one's a £10 baby outfit, which hopefully he won't be this big, but just in case, at least then we've got options. And to be honest, I think that's pretty much all he needs. It really doesn't seem like enough stuff. We've spent the last 7 months, or the last, let's be specific here, we've spent the last 33 weeks thinking about this baby and about all the stuff he's gonna need and how we can prepare our house and get everything ready for him. And then it comes down to bringing him home from the hospital and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've got 11 items out for him. That's it. Just 11. That is definitely going to fit in that nappy bag for sure. Please leave a comment down below if there's something absolutely critical that I have missed from these bags. I really don't want to miss anything out, but equally I don't want to be lumbered with all sorts of stuff that I'm never going to need. So comments please, that would really help out. That's about me for tonight. I'm going to put Pip's stuff away and then head off. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new.